Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lights Out League Racing. It's race 8 of season 27, and we're back in the Middle East. Jump on your flying carpet and rub your lamp so a genie comes out. No, we're not in Arabia. We're actually in Baku, in Azerbaijan, and we haven't been here for a while either. It normally ends in a little bit of carnage. I'm hoping that it's not too bad today, but with it being a street circuit with those tight walls, it's gonna be tricky. Today is a mandatory street. It is a mandatory street because you're on the roads. Beep beep, move out the way. It's a mandatory tyre race, which does mean drivers do have to use a set of softs, mediums and hards throughout the race, which will depict their qualifying. And let me just get back onto my settings. We've got a title hotting up on our hands, both on drivers and constructors, and it's a hot conditions with it being a dry race. Everyone will be sweating like the last cucumber in a female prison. Is that hot? I saw a chicken lay an omelette. But I'm not getting distracted by that. We are on a hot lap with Theo. It's nice to have him back on track, and he'll be running through our first hot lap of the qualifying session as he runs down to turn 1, where you can go 3 wide. It's like a IndyCar track. As we head down to turns 2 and 3 are very similar, where if you brake too late you might need your reverse camera on, as there are some run-off areas. But there is a DRS here where there's opportunities to overtake on the run down to turn 3, where you want to go quite wide and come back in. Same for turn 4, go wide and be brave on the turn in. It's easy to go wide and clip the wall, but Theo's a little bit risque on his exit. Turns 5 and 6, you want to go really smooth. You go offline, you lose a lot of time. It's Theo again, a little bit of loss of traction on the exit of 6. Turns 7, where you can cut the corner quite easily, and he lost his back end quite a lot. Turns 8 to 11, round the castle section, where it's tight, twisting sections. It's easy to lose a wing. Turn 12, open up that throttle, ride the curb slightly as you come out. Round turn 13, round turn 14, turn 50, where you want to ride the curb. That wasn't pretty, but managed to keep it on the track. Now turn 16, you come to the end of sector 2, where you want to focus on a good exit, otherwise you'll be a sitting duck on this mad straight around these kinky corners. They're not really corners, as you can go flat out. As Marty has retired, I think he's dropped it in the castle by the looks of it. The first one to succumb, and Theo will cross the line, set the first flying lap on 38.7, and I don't think that is going to be one of the flying laps, as Jax goes to 38.5 and takes provisional pole ahead of his teammate. And Jax is looking very confident today. Big Raki in the kick. Missed a couple of races, but back with us. 40.1. Katamise again. Good to have him back with us. A 39.3. And 0-0 wings will be a little bit tricky. So Terry's the first of the McLarens to cross the line. His teammate not within slipstream, but behind him. As Terry's goes with a 41.0. Let's see what Caps Lock can do. He goes straight in the pit, so he has messed up on his line lap. So a bit of slipstream here from Portuguese to Giza. As Portuguese on his flying lap, that will help. There's Keys is qualifying up to P4 with a 39.8. A great team play there. You love to see it. As we've got G-Banks coming down on a flying lap. That's Amadi setting his first flying lap of quali. And we'll cross the line. And goes P2, 38.6. It shows what a fantastic lap Jax Daniels has put in. And like I said, he's showing a little bit of confidence. As Theo's on his way in. Jax will be too. Who've we got next coming? The Portuguese out, so it'll be Lennon, who's just coming down the start, finish straight. Hello, Dean. Nice you join us tonight. As Lennon goes P5 with 39.7. The first points on the board for him. Let's see what Mr. Portuguese Beast can do. As he comes round turn 4. No, wrong one. He's coming around turn 16. Apologies, he sets the fastest second sector. He's the most informed driver at the moment. He's got in numerous leagues, that is. He's got a couple of podiums in his last couple of races. Sidegate has been disconnected as Portuguese go provisional pole with a 38.2, so got a good 3/10 on oh, what's going on here? As Portuguese takes that provisional pole. As we'll see what Mr. Callum could do, who is the most informed driver of the league so far, with 4 podiums in a row, 3 of them race wins, and he's on a charge. Dean's rooting for Giza, who's currently in P7. Callum comes round at the start of sector 2, around turn 7. And he's just taps the wall. A little bit tricky going into the castle, so that would have hampered a few tenths on him then. I hope Sidegate's been jumped back into the game. Oh, as Callum drifts round 15. And I don't think he'll be going over the line. I think he'll, although he set the fastest second sector apparently. We'll see what his time is, but oh, getting a little slipstream as well from the car in front. That's his teammate. You love that team play. Lennon gets out of the way. And it looked like he'd give me a little tap then, but that would have helped. That slipstream is all important as Callum goes up to P5. So yeah, definitely lost lots of time on that turn 15. As I think Sidegate's back in his car, thankfully. So we'll keep an eye on Elite Dave then. In the LOLR B this week. He's got a podium to his name this season. It'll be interesting to see what he can pull out the bag. This track's been on the calendar since 2016, where it came in as the European GP. As Theo's retired, he's crashed out on turn 2. Wow, wow, wow. The highest he'll start is P4. Aston Martin boys need some points on the board. As Elite Dave now comes up to the castle section. Managed to keep his wings out the wall. Dean, who's watching, got a red wing last night. Does hamper your race. As he comes round to turn 15, which has seemed a bit tricky for a few drivers. Theo got a 37.8 beforehand. A 37.8? You're joking? That's half a second quicker than Portuguese. Elite Dave comes and crosses the line. Interested to see what he can do. Gets himself up to P9. Can Capslop improve his position up to P7 with 39.4. We've got one of the Ferrari boys comes out. It's G Banks. He's invalidated, so he's not going to improve. Got another yellow flag. Just cars getting out of the way. Saget currently in the pit, so 2 drivers yet to set a time. As we'll keep an eye on... no, I think Jax is ahead, so we'll keep an eye on Jax, who's down a second, so he's not going to improve. He's doing well so far, so we'll jump on back on with Mr. Big Raki, who is up about half a tenth. It's increased, so he's gone wide. That would have cost him, but it's still a valid time on the board if he can keep up. So we've lost 2 drivers to quali. Yeah, it happens. You just got to get a rhythm and find your form. So yeah, Raki's bailed, so we'll keep an eye on Mr. Terry Reds. Currently P12. On stage P12 of 44. Giza, Portuguese both on out laps. Chessbolt on his out lap. D on his out lap. So Miss Cammy's invalidated, so at least only P6 for him, although he's been missing a couple of races, so I think he'd be quite happy with that. So I think Keys is the next one ahead. It is. We'll keep an eye on Mr. Giza, who's been routed on by Dean. Let's give him some air time. He's just over half a tenth up, which could get him up a place to P8. He needs to find another few tenths to get himself up any further positions. You just need to nail a sector, and this is one of the most important ones going through Castle. Keeps it out the wall. You've got to be brave going through there. And what you've got to do is try and not brake as much, but release off the throttle and just roll through. As he comes around 15, rides the curb, but keeps it well away from the wall. As we'll find out at the end of sector 2 where he's at. So he's 3 tenths up now. This could jump him off a few places. Maybe above Caps Lock. He's going to be aiming to get a bit above Lennon. Him and Caps Lock, he's vying for positions for. He's got his teammate slipstreaming behind him. Crosses the line. And has lost time, so he's P9, but Portuguese improves his time at 37.7. Wow, wow, wee, wah. That's going to be hard to beat. Theo said it was... Theo said he had a time similar to that. And we'll see what D can do. D's up to P2 at 38 flat. So Portuguese has just blown that out of the water. Who've we got coming round? I think it's Mr. Sygate. Setting his first time on the board. 35 flat, sector 1. And we'll be vying for some points for the Red Bull team. It's very tight for constructors, and I'll go through that later on. So points means prizes, and prizes are bragging rights. There's no money here. I'm not an oil machine. I know we're in Baku. The yellow flag, it looks like it might have been an Alpine. As Callum lost it coming out. Just cars slowing down, getting out of the way. This Highgate comes the end of sector 2. Oh, some tyres screeching on turn 15. And it says Highgate's got the fastest second sector. Now that would be absolutely amazing. As he comes down the big straight, the big cheese. I think Callum might be behind him. As Sygate goes up to P10. Great job from Sygate as Callum goes up to P2 in the 38 flat, just ahead of Amadi. Who have we got next across the line? G Banks, let's have a look. He's on a lap now. Lost his back end on turn 2. Raki's just started, So we'll keep an eye on Lennon in the second Alpine then. Looks like he's pulled out of his lap a bit there. It doesn't look like he's pushing it. Yeah, he's done on this lap, so I think that's Mr. Lennon done. Let's keep an eye on G Banks. He's in sector 2. It's looking a little bit racy. And he's down, so he's not going to improve. So let's keep an eye on Mr. Big Racky. Currently 141. Right, I need my dog to move. He's annoying me. As Big Racky nails it through the castle section. You love to see it. Such a fantastic track. There's such a mix of wide open sections and narrow twisty ones, especially when they wind through the city walls of the castle. Oh, they must be nice for the just Cat Clock's retired. He's going to start as P7. Looks like he's lost it coming out of turn 1 right at the start of the lap as well. As it comes down the big straight now, comes across the line. Can Big Racky get higher than P12? P7! Round of applause for Big Racky. Jax is on an out lap, so we'll see who's next. And he's pulling in and calling it a day now. Yes, we'll keep an eye on Lennon just doing another lap. He comes around turn 15 then. He's had enough fuel in his car to do another one. He comes down the straight. Such a slipstream hotspot, and we've seen some drivers utilise that. As we come down the shoreline of the Caspian Sea. Lick that salty air. As Lennon, 39.7, stays P9. As we'll see, he's down on his time chest ball, so I don't think he's going to improve. Who have we got next? It was Elite Dave, who goes up to P7 at 39 flat. Good job from him. Next up, Mr. Terry's Reds, who's 2.5 tenths up. He needs to find a little bit more to get ahead of Cygate. Portuguese has called it a day as well. I think he's got enough breathing space as Terry's will start P13, the highest. Big Racky on an in lap. And next up is the Hass of Katame's invalidated. He's not going to improve. So let's see what Jack Daniels can do. The game says he's set a fastest second sector. I can't see what his time difference was, but he's got a bit of a slipstream from Katame's ahead of him. Oh, he's going to love Katame's for this. As Jack Daniels will start high as P4, was 2 tenths up, but couldn't find any extra time. Next up is... Who is next? I can't see the car. I can't see the car. Who is it? As we'll see what Lennon can do any more time. Amity it was, sorry, P2, 37.8, so the next one's getting 37s. And that is everybody. So Portuguese takes pole. It ended up very tight near the end. And Amity saved it to the last, but just could not quite find it. And Portuguese finds himself on the front row. So here's your grid. Portuguese with a 37.7 and Amity joined him on the front. Callum and Jax Daniels on row 2. Brilliant qualifying from both of them. Theo and Katame's on row 3. Elite Dave and Big Racky, P7 and P8 respectively. And Lennon Caps Lock rounding off the top 10. Giza will start at P11 with Cygate alongside him. Terry's and G Banks on row 7, Chessbowl and Marty, who the only one not to set time, smashed out early days. But we'll try and do a last to first challenge. That will be interesting. The drivers would be saving themselves a set of soft tyres for the race. As I mentioned, it's a mandatory tyre race, which means every driver has to use a set of softs, mediums, hards. Hopefully every driver does remember not to press ready quite yet, as everybody is sorting out their setups. It's a hard decision, this one, because you want to sort your setup for the straight, because it is the best overtaking opportunity. But you've got to you've got to navigate the twisty middle section. So if you tinker your car for high speed, then you're going to be slow in the middle, and there is opportunity to overtake in the middle, to be fair. So be quite interesting. Now I do have to note down who's using what tyres. I do have my trusty pen, and I do have my spare pen too. It'll be quite interesting to see what people's strategies are. And yes, everyone's remembered, thankfully, this week. I can see the LOLR, so it's quite high deg on this track. The temperature of the track is quite high, so it'll be interesting to see what people's calls are as we are jumping onto the grid now. It'll be interesting to see who wins this race. I've got 2 balls, but none of them are crystal. So, interesting calls here. So the ones at the back are starting on the hards, which are Marty, Chessbowl and G Banks, aka Big Pooh. We've got a mixture of softs and mediums, so some are expecting an early safety car starting on those softs. So Cygate, Terry starting on the mediums, Capslock on the mediums. So McLaren's going same strategy. Katamise and Elite Dave both doing the same. Where are you, Marty? There. And then everyone else starting on those softs are looking racy. And yeah, it would be my call, to be honest, to start on the softs. So as they lead us round, with Portuguese leading the way, it is a 6 kilometre anti-clockwise circuit, 20 corners, 12 to the left, 8 to the right, 2 DRS zones, and cars reaching a top speed about 350 kilometres an hour, with an average speed of 200 kilometres an hour. Of course, it's down the start finish straight, which is 2.2 kilometres, so that's why it is the best opportunity to overtake. Callum's in a rush. He's not waiting to hang around. The Portuguese will lead us round with Amadee, Callum, Jack Daniels on row 2, taking the bollard with him. Theo right behind him, so Aston Martin's looking for a strong race today. Katamise P6, Late Dave 7, Raki 8, Lennon 9, Capslock 10, Keys 11, Stargate 12, Series, G Banks, Chessbowl and Marty. It's all a bit jingle jumble here as drivers are pushing their way around. Callum's jumped on the grid already. He's not wasting any time. He's quicker than a fat kid eating a Snickers. And Amadee has invalidated his pit box. Hopefully we get a good Codemasters view of the start, as everyone's just jumping into their grid box now. As it's 2, 3, 4, 5. It's lights on, away we go. And Portuguese and Amadee do have a good launch off the line. It looks like Callum's on the outside of Ahmadi. Left plenty of space, and we did have to get a back wheel, hit the wall, but everyone looks like they've made it through the first corner. It's making it through the second as well, as it looked like we had a bit of a sandwich. Oh, come on, give us a view. And a couple of drivers have gone round. I think Lennon's lost out slightly. Biggest movers, Giza lost a couple of places. As I think everyone has been quite respectful, thankfully. And you can breathe, but we got a yellow flag. Who've we lost? It's the Rari of G-Banks. He's trying to reverse. I told you he needs a reverse mirror on. He's not reversing enough. Coming out of turn 3. And he's left the session. Let me re-invite him. Get back in the game, you. You don't quit that easy. As Portuguese still leads the way. Callum is now up to P2. He's managed to get ahead of Ahmadi. Theo's got ahead of his teammates, so Jack Stone is running in P5. He'll be happy running and staying within DRS. He just needs to get back within his teammate. He's just dropped out of DRS zone, which will start in lap 2. Big Raki P6. Good great start from Big Raki. He's got Katamis for company, and he'll be looking in his rear view mirror to him as Katamis has left the session as well, which is annoying. Caps lock P8 with Lennon right behind him. Let me re-invite Katamis. It looks like there's some bloody server errors again. Rather frustrating as Marty makes a move. Sygate's lost a couple of places by the round turn 2, but we'll look to try and fight back by Jespo and Marty. Jespo having a look on Marty, not quite there to make a move as Lennon's got ahead of Katamis, who's not rejoined the game actually, so he's lost a couple of places to Lennon and Elite Dave. And we'll wait for him to rejoin as Giza gets past as well. If he hasn't rejoined in a bit, I'll send another invite. I'm from New York. Oh, invite. Apparently, the worst accent ever. So front four have broken away early doors on those soft tyres. Jack Daniels is running a bit of his own race and will want to try and hopefully get back into contention as Katamis is still dropping a couple of places to Martin Chessbowl now. And Sygate still not back in. Let's send him another quick one. This game, man. Coming end of its life, isn't it? So it's like they give up on the game. And G-Banks hasn't joined either. As if they can get back in as Callum's taken the lead of the race. Ahmadi on the inside. Portuguese has lost a couple of places. Elite Dave's got ahead of Lennon, who jumps back straight into the DRS. As Marty jumps into the pits as he lost a wing somewhere. Giza's jumping in as well and getting off those softs. Marty's probably one losing out on those hard tyres, but we'll jump on mediums. Giza going on to those hard, so making an early pit stop. He's doing the Katami strategy and getting out of everyone's way and into some clean air. We're both, I think, maybe having a bit of a wing change, but getting a pit stop out of the way. And I don't want to tempt fate, but we have not had a safety car yet. So Callum leads the race with Ahmadi, Portuguese and Theo all in contention. Jack Daniels now 2.2 seconds behind. He's got a bit of a gap. Caps lock's now up to P6, gained a couple of places. And McLaren boys had a really strong start to the season, and just had a bit of loss of form, and would like to just get that back a little bit. They're still in. There's currently P2 in the constructors. Alpine leading the way, but there's only 39 points in it with them. And it's very tight with Mercedes, then Red Bull and Aston Martin, all about 40 odd points behind. So any of those 5 constructors in for a shout for the title. As Jax Daniels now getting rid of these soft tyres. Early call from him. We'll see what he can do, and Katamise is back in, thankfully. And he jumps onto the mediums for now, so good call there from Jax Daniels, looking to do a bit of an undercut. We've got a yellow flag as Cygate. We've lost Cygate. Where do we lose him? I think it's come out of turn 1. And the safety car is out. That may be a bit of an advantage to Jax Daniels, who's just pit. Marty's going in again. So it might be jumping back onto those hard tyres. He's jumping on a fresh set of mediums and getting a fresh wing. So he's had a damaged wing again. Wow, 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 wow. So those that are pit might find themselves in the middle of the pack, gain a few places. That's unfortunate for Cygate. Set himself a decent time. Katami's modem died, but he's back with us. Let's keep that wing. Keep that wing, Marty. As Ahmadi's actually leading the race before the safety car came out. And it may be the one to do the safety car restart as well. It'll be interesting to see what people's strategies are. Will we see everyone hasn't pit yet? Pit. Jax Daniels, of course, has. So it may be Jax Daniels, actually. Excuse me, that will lead us away. So, yep, all the front 4 pit. I wouldn't be surprised if Capstock jumps into. He does. Ahmadi on the hards. Hards Callan. Portuguese. Hards. Theo on hards. So Jax Daniels does pit again as well, does he? Italian hand gesture. So Jax Daniels has actually stayed out. Big Racky's gone into the hards. Who else have we gone on? So Capstock's decided to go on to the softs and going to be racy on that safety car restart. Elite Dave is going on the mediums. I'm pretty sure he started on the mediums. I'll have to check that. Lennon's going on the hards. I'll have to double check that. Katami's going on those softs, so again looking racy, and he's done all of his mandatory pit stops as well. Giza pit already, so he's staying on there. Terry's has gone on the... Ooh, he's going to be looking racy as well. That'll be interesting. Chespol's gone on to the medium tyres. Marty's pit, and then G-Banks. Oh, Big Pooh has stayed on the hard tyres. I don't think he's rejoined, so I don't think he's going to be contributing. So Ahmadi will lead us away. We're waiting for the last car, so we're probably going to do another safety car lap. With a couple of joins yet to restart the pack. So this has potentially benefited the soft runners. And I think one or two drivers will be hoping for... Because if we get another safety car around... Ooh, what do we reckon? Around 11 or 12. Then I think someone like Jack Daniels will benefit with tyre wear. Elite Dave as well. I'm pretty sure he's starting the mediums though. I could be wrong. Dean, if you're watching, scroll back a bit and see what tyres Elite Dave was started on. I can't remember. I've wrote down that he's got mediums. As she's going in the pit, so I think he's realised. Katamis and Harry's all getting rid, maybe getting rid of the soft tyres now. This is an interesting call, and if they're going straight onto the hards, so Elite Dave's going on the softs now then, yeah. Terry's and is going on the hards, so he's done all his mandatory stops and can go to the end. Oh no, Italian adjusted for a collision with Marty. Oh no, what's going on? Katami's going on the hards as well, so he's looking to go to the end. So, interesting call from Terry's. Portuguese. What's going on with Portuguese? I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if the game's having a bit of a yellow flag issue here. Where's this? I don't know what's going on. Marty's got a 10-second penalty. Portuguese has got one. I don't know what's going on here. I'm sure they'll tell me afterwards, but... So Ahmadi's leading the way round. So Callum's P2 and Theo then vying for a podium position. It'll be interesting to see what Jax Daniels can do on a different strategy. Big Racky now running P5. Capsock P6. If anyone wants to know, Arsenal are 2-1. We've got a really early lead, so just drivers jostling for position here. They do realise it's safety car conditions, so it should be in now at the end of sector 2. It is. And Amadi, I think, will be going really late. You've got to wait for the safety car to go in. And you can't overtake until the timer line. And it's a long straight, so I predict he's going to wait right to the end. Now what you can't do is change you can't change your speed. It's dangerous for a restart, so he's got to be a constant driving pace. And he's waiting like we're all waiting. Yeah, I thought so, but he's pitted anyway, so he's gone to the soft, so he's done his mandatory pit stop that he needed to do, but thank you very much. And he's gone. That's him done. Theo is right on the gearbox of Callum. Callum caught a little bit sleeping, but not close enough to make the move yet, as Portuguese has gone into the pits. Had to serve his penalty straight away. And it's he might as well damage limitation for Portuguese. It'll be a struggle for him to get on the podium, but he loves the challenge. Theo is stuck with Callum. Marty making an early move on Kiesa, going himself up to P8, down to turn 3. DRS is not active till the next lap, but great overtake there from Marty. As Capsock has made a move on the outside. Oh, a little bit of wheel banging, but Capsock has squeezed through. Turns 5 and 6. There's Marty taking a look on Lennon. There's not a place to overtake as yet. Oh no, pull out Marty, don't do that. You don't want to come inside. And had my heart going. I thought he was going to try and do it. As he's got those hard tyres haven't quite switched on, and Marty now up to P7. As Kiesa taking a look on. There's Elite Dave on those soft tyres, just pushing Kiesa around turn 15. Just trying to find his moments. Catalog now up to P4. He's managed to get past Jax Daniels on the launch out of turn 16. Turn 16. And those soft tyres, he's making use of them. He's right on the gearbox of Capsock and Theo and Callum. And Capsock's now in contention for the leader to the podium position. As what's going on here is Elite Dave. It's Lennon. As Lennon got wing damage. As Geezer and Elite Dave side by side going through turn 1. Elite Dave is just ahead and making use of his soft tyres. So yeah, wing change for Lennon. Got tight in the middle. And again and caught in the middle. And Lennon has done all his mandatories. Can he get to the end? As it's Katami's is... Oh, it's very tight. What's going on here? Coming out of turn 3. Chessbow and Katamis side by side. Being quite aggressive there. Katamis losing a position here to Giza. He's inside each other. Take it to the room as Katamis has now just pulled ahead. I think it's Chessbow's lost an end plate by the looks of it. So he's going to be holding people up in this middle section. Yeah, he's lost his left end plate. So Ahmadi's pulled away early doors. You can see Callum's used quite a lot of his ERS. He's got Theo and Capsock and Jax Daniels stuck with him. Big Racky still within DRS and Marty. So only these front 7. I think Marty's got his penalty there, hasn't he? But all this front 7, all in contention for a podium position as yet. As Big Racky's just fell out of the DRS zone. But will he have DRS? Otherwise he's going to be a sitting duck for Marty. He doesn't have it. So yeah, Marty's going to manage to get past his caps lock. Gets ahead up to P3. Ahead of Theo. Marty does jump ahead of Big Racky. Side by side through turn 1. Great driving from those pair. It's going to be tight. Big Racky does just get ahead of Marty. Which means Marty will have DRS going up to turn 3. And I should make that move stick, which he does. Great driving from there. It was late lunge there from Big Racky on the inside of turn 3. That was risky. It was a brave move, but it was risky as Portuguese sets the provisional fastest lap for now. Katami side by side with Chessbow managed to make this move stick this time on turn 4. It's a risky move to do it there, but he's got himself up to P8. There's Chessbow in the Ferrari. We'll have to follow him round. But actually it looks like he does have his end plate, so I don't know where. It must have just been carbon fibre flying off. Portuguese making a move on Chessbow, and Big Pooh isn't back in his car. So Lennon just on his own strategy for now. Managed to catch up with Elite Dave, who's made a move onto the hard tyres. And we'll go to the end of the race, so different strategies playing out. Dave and Lennon will be having their own battle. Just all over the back of Katamis, but we'll keep an eye. He's already made a move. Coming out of turn 16. And Chessbow will be sitting duck for Katamis and Kiza. Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. Can Capslock hasn't quite made a move yet. But Chessbow's managed to defend going down the straight, so must have really... excuse me. Must really have must have those 0-0 wings that we're always on about. As Katamis makes a move, but Capslock does get himself side by side with Callum on the outside of turn 4. Brave move, and Callum left him plenty of room, but it's left him under threat from Theo. Capslock now up to P2. Brilliant storming race from Capslock. Big Racky doing well in P7, has broken away from the Katamis train behind. And there's got a gap between him and Marty. Marty as well running his own race, but does have that penalty as well. Jax Daniels sticking with the P2 train. The front 4 drivers ahead of him all have podiums this season. I'd love for Jax to get himself one today. Has just been around that best of the rest kind of mark, and had a brilliant qualifier. It'd be love to see him replicate that in the race and get himself there. But yeah, like I said, he's on a different strategy to the rest. Capslock goes on defence. Theo looking for a move early on Callum. Goes on the inside. Callum on Capslock. Capslock goes a little wide, and Theo gets himself up to P2 and capitalises. Jack's on the inside of turn 3, side by side with Capslock. Brilliant driving from those pair. Capslock up to P4. Katamis has got past Chessbow, and Terry Reds, where's he come from? Has just gained 2 places up to P9, side by side with Chessbow. And it looks like he's made that move stick as well. He's got that DRS on chest bowl. Kizagiza are looking to make a move on the inside of turn 3, but it's just not close enough as yet. Brilliant move from Terry's. Saw his opportunity up to P9. So all change. Oh no, Caps Lock gets the track's limits. Oh, and it's really easy to do it there on turn 7. And that will hamper his chances of a podium. Unless everyone around him gets one to track limits as well. You just got to put your head down, ignore it and carry on. And Amadee's checked out. Almost 6 seconds. Excuse me, I need a drink. I've got dry mouth. Drier than my nan's knickers. Oh, got a lovely fruity cider. I don't normally drink cider, but I'm feeling it today. Callum up to P2, Marty up to P5, as Caps Lock now goes into pits and gets off those softs, so he's made good use of those soft tyres, but will jump onto the hard tyres till the end of the race. So it's a good strategy from Caps Lock. Should come out in some potential clean air just ahead of Elite Dave, both on a similar strategy, as Portuguese gets himself up to P13 ahead of Lennon, who jumps into the pits. Who's getting off those mediums and going on to some hards again, I think. Go to the end of the race he does, and he's not having a good race so far. But points means prizes. The Alpines need points to continue their constructors charge. We've got a yellow flag and Marty's out. Where's he bombed it? Castle. The Castle's claimed a victim and his car was spazzing. His car was going mental. It's a safety car. This may benefit the guys on the hard tyres. Maybe Jax. It'd definitely benefit him going on to the hards. It depends on the tyre wear for those mediums. But we will see people pitting. And it will be carnage as Amadee goes in. I wish my dog would just piss off, man. He's annoying. So yep. They're going in. The problem here is Jax. He's not hampering anyone, so he does slow down to avoid getting held up in the pit. So Amadee gets on those medium tyres and does his mandatory ones. Callum and Theo doing the same. As Katamise goes through to take the lead of the race, and that is just nuts. That is just nuts. Chespo has gone through. He still needs to pit again. Yeah, I'd be fuming too. Caps Lock has just pit. Big Racky's pit and come out P7 on the mediums and done his stint. Elite Days carried on through, so Jax has come out P9, being held in the pits, and that's so unfortunate. And I think if I was Jax, I'd be fuming at that safety car, to be honest. There's one or two that still need to pit ahead of him, but he was in contention for a safe and for a podium. I'd be gutted. Keys has gone on his mediums. Portuguese has done his stint. That's everyone. Game pitting G Banks. I think we'll put him down as a DMF because he's not in the game. It's a Thatcher's apple and blackcurrant. My girlfriend used to have a fanny the size of an apple, because when you fist her, it went inside her. So, yeah, I think this is not what everybody would want to see. But Katamise is leading. Yeah, I think I haven't had an actual full drink, but I have tasted it. I've tasted it. Safety car will do another lap. So current standings, yeah. Ahmadi leads the way. And you'd have to say with his pace previously that it'd been a favourite to win this race. He's got 28 points to Callum in P2 and then a further 34 points gap to Caps Lock. But all will be looking to get some decent points today. Portuguese on a chase. Just get your fridge, mate. Unless you're empty. You can actually order online, can't you, these days? Why don't you do an Uber beer? I'm sure there's some around. So Katamise, yeah, will be leading the safety car restart on old hards. Yeah, treat yourself. Treat yourself, you deserve it. What happened, Marty? You had a right mare today. As we've had a bit of jostling here, what's happening with Dave? I'm sorry. Yeah, put your feet up. Put your feet up and do your darts on a chair. I was enjoying watching you. Games given Elite Dave 10 seconds. Something about the yellow flags, I'm sure. That's annoying for him. Running well. That's probably what's happening if cars are going on AI and then join back in and they're not accepting the yellow flags. That's when the 10 second. Basically, just piss yourself. Yeah, I was enjoying watching. You were doing some great overtakes. But yeah, trick is just wear a nappy during a race. Keeps you warm as well, especially in winter. So Katamise will lead the way, but he's going to be under threat from Ahmadi, who's quick. He's that quick. Oh no, we're going around again. Oh no, can't have this. We can't have this. We can't have this. Not on a safety car restart. We can't have this. Get back in the game, you slag. Or I'll make you a roadkill. As we're going round again, this will help the medium runners. Most definitely. The only person by my count that needs to pit is Chessbowl. He needs to pit for some soft tyres. Otherwise he will be DSQ'd. Yeah, Ahmadi's quick. He's quick like, you know the speed you get out of bed when you hear a dog puke? He's quick. Oh, he's getting ripped off. Katamise here, €55 for his internet, and he's getting blugged out. Callum will be behind him and looking for that opportunity for the race win. He's got 3 and 4 as I mentioned. He's going to want to make it 4 and 5. He needs to stay within that DRS and not let Ahmadi go. Theo, I didn't have that much self-belief in his pace at the start of the race, and currently in a podium position. If you exclude Katamise, he's a little bit out of sync. He's running to the end on the hards, so he'll struggle to keep up with the pace. I'll send him another quick invite before we get underway, but it's going to absolutely hamper the safety car restart. I'm not going to be a fan of this, because no one knows what's going to happen here. It hasn't come in, no. So get back in this bloody car, bitch. As it's coming round turn 15 now. Chestbowl, like I said, needs to pit, so the cars behind all are promoted to position. If Chestbowl does not... Chestbowl. Hey, you old doll. Hey, doll. Like I'm from the 50s. As the safety car is finally in. Is Katami's back in his car? He is, thankfully. And we'll be holding up this pack. He needs to make sure he's going at a consistent pace. I'm surprised he's not warming his tyres up. He's on hold hards. He's going to be slow as hell. There's Elite Dave and Raki just jostling. He's going to wait till last minute as the safety car goes in. You can't overtake until the timing line, as you know. Yeah, I agree. I think I've got great Wi-Fi, but I still use a cable. I don't trust it. I blame Sky. Yeah, I'm a Sky. It's not the best internet, but it's what I got. We're still waiting, watching, waiting, commiserating. When you're gonna go, Katami slow. When the light's out. Has he gone yet? He's gone. I think he's gone. We've got a bit of carbon fibre. And who's gone in the pit? It's Dave. I think he's serving his penalty, getting it out of the way. The Katamis has stayed ahead. So Ahmadi would have had no chance to make the overtake. And I think he'll be looking to make the overtake. He makes the early overtake coming out of turn 2. Callum will not want to be held behind Katamis too long. It's like driving behind an American fridge. As Katamis is trying to fight back on the inside of turn 3. Fair play to him. As Portuguese managed to get past Terry's up to P9, and if anyone would have been grateful for the safety car, it would have been Portuguese. P9. He's got 10 laps to get himself up to a podium position. If I was him, I would have maybe gone on some softs or mediums, unless he's used them all. Jack Daniels as well. He's got that pace in his car. He's looking to make his way up. Same as Big Raki. Callum's managed to get past Katamis now. Katamis down to P3 and is holding up that train. Theo will want to make an early move. The front two have already broken away, so the cars behind will be wanting to get past as quick as possible. As Theo has a look on the inside of 15. Katamis just veers over a bit. A little bit of wheel banging, but there's still plenty of room, and Theo managed to get past. DRS isn't active until the next lap, and Katamis is going to be a sitting duck to the cars behind. He's best not to try and fight this too hard. I know we'll have a certain setup on. As Big Raki... Oh, it looks like it's 3 wide. Big Raki's got up to P6 ahead of Caps Lock. Chest Bowl's lost a place. DRS is enabled. Katamis getting past Theo. Back up to P3. As it goes single file. And everyone's still breathing, including me. Jack Lock and Caps Lock side by side through turn 2. Again, very, very good driving between the pair of them. Easy to lose cars. Portuguese fire with Caps Lock, and he's got himself ahead as well. So Caps Lock losing a couple of positions. Oh, Portuguese drifting. And I think he's lost a couple of positions. Who we've got a yellow flag for? It's Katamis. It's inevitable. Always happens when you've got a really dead car and everyone's trying to overtake. And unfortunately he's down to P12. We've got another yellow flag. Is it Katami's car? I think he's letting the Ferrari through, maybe. Although it is a invalidated car. So we've got a front 2 then. I don't think Theo will be able to catch up. He's actually losing a bit of time. So it's going to be a battle for P1 and a battle for P3. Where the battle for P3 goes all the way down to P11 to Lennon. Oh, I've got really bad heartburn. Oh my god. I'm going to have to have another slurp, aren't I? What an excuse. And we've got VSC. What's happened with the VSC? Why has that come out? It's Katamis. I don't know what's happened with Katamis, but he's forced a VSC. And 1 or 2 maybe expecting another safety car, but we're going in the pit, so going on some fresh softs. It's an interesting call. Theo's going on to the mediums, I think with about 8 laps left, and unless a full safety car comes out, they've lost quite a few positions. So yeah, Theo Chesbol, who had to pit. Lennon's gone in. Katamise is going in because he needs a fresh wing. So, don't know if that was the right call. And I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, let me do my ladies and gentlemen. That's my Joker impression. Apparently, Katamise says people can't race clean. Send your clip in if you want to, mate. You know where the stewards' room is. It's a difficult track, remember. Same as Saudi. Big Raki, net P3. You go, girl. As VSC has ended and DRS enabled, nobody's been invalidated as Portuguese is right on the gearbox of Jax Daniels. And if anyone's going to ruin a Raki or Jax Daniels podium, it's going to be Portuguese. Who, to be fair, is an impressive race from him, coming from the rear end of the grid. Is Callum close enough to make the move? He does a look on the inside of turn 1. He does. Callum takes the lead of the race. Raki's on his own land at the moment, but Portuguese does get ahead of Jax Daniels up to P4. Jax Daniels will be sticking with Portuguese, no doubt. And they've joined that P3 train. Lennon gets ahead of G Banks' ghost car. And Armady retakes P1 on the inside of turn 3. Portuguese are going to eye a move on Raki, but just slots behind for now. On lap 19 of 26. Catstock, the only driver with a track limit, so he'd be kicking himself, to be honest. There's not that much room to go wide. So, yeah, I'll be absolutely kicking himself. But around the gearbox of Giza. Needs to buy him dinner first before he kisses his cheeks. Theo on his fresh tyres with Chespo as Elite Dave gets past the ghost car. Theo's going to be looking racy on those fresh mediums, but could he have hampered his chances of his podium? I don't think he should have pit, personally. I think he was expecting the safety car to come out, but it was only a VSC. Currently P10. It's all about decisions in the race. There's Callum. Oh, look at that shot. I'm creaming. Call me a milkmaid. I'm churning that butter. I'm creaming. And he's not quite close enough to make the move as yet. As we watch Portuguese. As Raki slits in his slipstream. His Jax Daniels close enough to make a move on Raki as well. On the inside turn 1 he is. And Big Raki, who's just succumbed to that big long straight. But is sticking with the front runners. Doing a fantastic job. Big Terry Red's up to P6 ahead of his teammate. Theo managed to get ahead of Chespo up to P9 now. As Amity retakes P1. And they're going to be to-ing and throwing. Can Jax take... Oh, just clatters the wall from Jax. That wouldn't have helped him as Big Raki on the inside of turn 4. Side by side with Jax. Jax still ahead on the inside of turn 5. And Raki has to slot behind. Very experienced driving there from Raki. Nearly took advantage of Jax just clattering the wall, but I don't think he's got too much damage. Terry's coming in at P6. I think he'd be happy with that, you know. Some big points from McLaren here. Currently the best performing team. Them and Mercedes, maybe. Aston Martin are there. So some definite points gained here. They're just broken up a bit now with 6 and a bit laps left as we go down the shoreline. As Callum close enough to make the move. He's on the look inside a turn. One again, and not one to play DRS chicken. And what's actually happened is Portuguese has broken away for the P3, so it's a fight between Jax and Big Raki now. And Capslock and Terry's won't battle too hard, but they're going to want to stick together as Giza is in the party. And Theo takes provisional fastest lap with a 43. Wow, wee wah. Currently running P9. Has gained 6 seconds on Chessball already. But 9.5 seconds behind the fighter but ahead, and I don't think he'll catch that. And we may have to settle for that P9 in the fastest lap. Got another yellow flag. It looks like Chessball. Oh, he's done that on his own. Just didn't turn it. It's another safety car. Oh my God. What's going to go on here? What is going to go on here? What is going to go on here? Are we going to see people pitting? I have a feeling we're going to see people pitting to go on some soft tyres. Oh my God. It's going to be a sprint race. A Baku sprint race. A Baku sprint race. Will we see everyone pit? Oh my God. I wasn't prepared for this. I don't think I can take this. I need a slurp. I need a slurp. So Callum was ahead actually when the safety car come out, so that sorted me out. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I can't breathe. Oh, they're going to go in. Is anyone going to play? Oh, Callum almost did it. Portuguese goes through and will take the lead of the race. Is that the right call, or should he have pit? Big Raki goes through, so they're going for track position. Jax Daniels goes through, Capslock goes through, Kiza goes through. Oh my God. Theo goes through. Will he come out ahead of Amadi? He does! He comes out ahead of Amadi. Oh my God. Terry's his pit as well. So he's got an alternate compared to the guys ahead that have not pit and gone for track position. The safety car is probably going to be out for another lap, which means we're going to have a 3-4 lap sprint. All I can say is gulp. So Portuguese leads us away. Big Raki running P2, Jax running P3, Capslock P4. Keys yeah. So we've got Callum, Dean, Terry's in decent positions on those soft tyres, looking to storm their way through. Oh. I'm having a heart attack. Someone call an ambulance, I'm having a heart attack. How this race has been, to be fair, like me having a heart attack wouldn't matter. 3 laps is fine. That's all they need. Although, I don't know. If you think now, well, there'll be no more safety cars come though. I just hope people don't get too excited. Everyone's been very good, considering it's a difficult track in places. We know the capabilities of drivers in here, and everybody has been very respectful. We've seen it. I know some weeks are better than others, but you get that in every league anyway. This is as ridiculous as a chicken playing chess. It depends how many drivers use softs in quali though. If drivers only use one set of softs, although to be fair, I think most did at least 2 runs. So yeah, you're right. They could fade off really quickly, which might be a good decision for those going for track position. We're just waiting for G Banks and Katamis to join the train. Portuguese will lead us away on used hards. Big Raki P2 on those used mediums. He'll be loving. I'm on the edge of my seat. I've got the edge of the sofa up the crack of my arse. I'm on that far of the edge. I'm a donkey on the edge. All I can say is wow. This race has thrown up an absolute storm. Wow. Do you know, wow's my favourite sex position. It's where I flip your mom over. Ah. If anyone didn't get it, write down wow and then just turn it upside down. Lol. As we come round turn 12. Portuguese will lead the third. Different driver to lead away the safety car restart. I think everyone's strategy of a restart will be the same. It'll be interesting to see how big Raki, Jax, Caps Lock and Kiza all respond, because they've got drivers on fresh softs behind them. And safety car should be in. It hasn't notified. It's going to be a late recall. I'm surely not going round again. Hey, late call. It surprises everywhere. So, again, we wait for the safety car to go in the pits. You can't overtake until the timeline, which is right at the end of the straight. So Portuguese just putting plenty of heat in his tyres. He normally, on the restart, when he's got space around him, he tries to put more heat in, but he won't be able to do it in his current position. Has he gone yet? He must have gone now. He must have gone now, and thank you, Co-Master, for wasting my time. Lennon gets himself up to P9 past Terry's. We've got another yellow flag. And Caps Lock succumbed to turn 1. Lennon predicted it. That's unfortunate, as Big Raki and Jax Ahmadi's gained a couple of places. Theo's followed him through as well. And everyone's looking really racy, with Ahmadi following Callum. And we got another yellow flag. Katamiz is gone. And Elite Dave's gone as well. Out of turn 3. You can't do sprints in Baku. And it's Elite Dave gone. Portuguese still leading the way. We've got 2 and a bit laps to go. He's broken away from Big Raki, so Portuguese could get his first win of the season. Ahmadi just getting ahead of Theo around turn 7. And this big bunch for P2 behind Big Raki. Elite Dave says these people are unbelievable. It's just such a difficult restart with everybody on crazy tyre strategies with such a short amount of time left to go. Big Raki leads this train. Choo choo! And he's going to be hard to defend this. And he's going to be a sitting duck, and I was rooting for Raki as they spread their legs, and he gets succumbed by Callum, who takes us up to P2. Jack Daniels is still P3. Ahmadi goes on the inside of turn 1, and it looks like, oh no, Jack Daniels has lost a couple of positions as well. Obviously, on the outside is Big Raki got squeezed. That was very unfortunate, but as I said at the start on the hot lap, you can go 3 wide, but everyone's got to turn in the same angle, and it's not possible. Callum now up to P2. He's got a 3-second gap to catch up to Portuguese. Theo running in P3. Jack's making a move up to P7 on Kiza. Brilliant move on turn 5, I think that was, as Kiza having a look on the inside of turn 7. Sorry, yeah, turn 5 and turn 6, 7. Jack Daniels up to P7. Needs to get back in that DRS train to Lennon, where he's found him again. Lennon's found himself in P6. I don't know how he's done that. Big Raki now in P5 and has broken from that train. It was a difficult ask, but oh, I bet his heart was pacing. Amity still with Theo. Theo's been dropped by Callum, so Callum now in P2 on the penultimate lap. It'd be hard to catch Portuguese Beast, who's actually flying. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a new fastest lap as well. There's Amity right in the slipstream of Theo. Has a look at the inside of turn 1. He does. He makes the move. Lennon's made a move on Big Raki. He made that one stick as well. Jack Daniels not quite close off. He's pulled away from Giza. Terry's now running in P9. The soft tyre is just not the right call. I've worn off quite quickly. He's got Katamis for company. He has a look. Running up to turn 3 on the inside. Side by side. And Katamis has made it move up to P9. Portuguese leads us round. Turn 7 for the final time. Callum is not going to catch him. The question is, on the final lap, can Theo, on the run down, as we've got another yellow flag, who have we lost? And Callum's out! Callum's lost it! On his own in the castle on the final lap! Jesus Christ! Oh, he'll be gutted! Which promotes Amity up to P2, but that could promote Theo up to P2 if he can stay within that slipstream and that DRS. Lennon's up to P4 and Raki P5, but it'll be a race to the finish with that train with these 3 drivers. Wow, exactly, Callum. Wow, wow, wow. As it looks like Theo is gaining, but congratulations to Portuguese, who takes the win of the race at Baku. Congratulations to him, as it's going to be tied to the line, but Amity takes it. Theo P3. Lennon runs P4. Is Jack's close enough to take it? He's not. Big Raki P5. Great driver in Jack Daniels P6. Katamis jumps ahead of Giza up to P7. Giza P8. Terry's will come home P9. And Chess Bowl will round off the finishes of P10. Woo! I'm Ric Flair. Woo! That was a race and a half. Chess Bowl gets driver of the day. I would not give that to him. But that was a watch and a half. I don't know who I'm going to give it to. I'll have to analyse that race. It is, of course, given by the drivers. But Portuguese takes the first win of the season for him, with Amity P2 and Theo P3. See you next week, D. Thanks for joining us. It's been a pleasure. And Portuguese takes that top step. Amity P2 and Theo takes the podium P3 and the fastest lap. Congratulations to the podium sitters. Lennon comes home P4 and he'll be happy with that following his start to the race. Big Raki P5, brilliant. I think it's his highest finish of the season. Jack Daniels P6, so close to a podium. What could have been for him. Katamis P7, again, good finish for him considering he had a bit of an issue in the middle. Giza P8, Terry's P9, gaining position. Chessbowl up to P10, and he's the finishers. G Banks, Callum, Dave, Capstock, Marty Sygate, all not being able to finish for one reason or another. Oh, I need food. I'm hungry after that. What a race. What a race. I'm sure we'll see one or two things in the stewards room, but I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't. I'll be surprised if we didn't. We are on to next week, and I'll tell you what next week is. It's mystery race. Who knows what that's going to be? I do, but no one else will know until 7 p.m. an hour before the race. So join us for that. Now I've you order McDonald's? Yeah, go for it. I've got some scran in the fridge, so I'm gonna have that. I've got some leaves. I'm part rabbit. Yeah, so join us for that mystery race next week. It's been a pleasure. This is Lights Out League Racing. My name is Alex. Peace out.